Hello guys, this is Glenn from Sydney CBD Repair Centre, and today we have an Oppo A57 with a pretty bad display, and we're here to replace it. So let's go. First thing we're going to do is remove the back cover on this one, and to remove it we will have to pry it with our very thin pry tools. The back cover is fortunately made up of plastic, so it's quite flexible. You can just bend it somehow and let the cutting of the adhesive strips begin. Because sometimes the IPA that we're spraying here can't remove the adhesive, so we need to force it with some scissors or some cutting implements. But we have to be very careful. This is a real-time speed. Sometimes you speed it up, but for now we'll see how tedious it can sometimes be. You can see there. I'm also going to remove the cover for the camera systems because this is just a cover, plastic cover like the one we removed. So we have removed all the screws, and behind this camera lens cover you can see some other screws that we have to remove right here. So once that is done, you can remove the housing or the back cover. So the way this is constructed is very budget oriented, so it's also made up of plastic, so it wraps around behind the display. So you can see there it goes all around the display, and the display holds on to all the internal components, and that is how you create a very cheap smartphone. The battery is quite big though, so that's very good for such a budget smartphone. And we will test the display now. We have detached and reattached the battery connector, so the smartphone is completely powered off, and you can see that it's trying to boot up into ColorOS, Oppo's version of Android. So we'll test if the display is good and the touchscreen is also functional. So we have entered the pattern to unlock the smartphone, and we can confirm that the touchscreen is working. We'll do more testing later on. So we have plugged in the Type-C charger because this one is also low on battery. We will detach the connector for the battery and the connector for the display. So what we're going to do now is remove all the components behind the old display, since we are gonna replace it. And we'll pull out this battery using this pull tab and remove the adhesive strips that's covering the back of the battery. So we need to remove this so that we can access the connector for the display. You can see here, this connector for the display. We need to free it up so that we can pull out the old display once we are done prying it off the front of the main housing. So the main housing is basically just a very thin piece of plastic with all the slots and connectors. And as what I can see, this has been opened before, and this is an aftermarket adhesive, which is kind of a testament on how this smartphone is infinitely repairable as long as you have the proper tools and parts to do the repairs. So that is just like this adhesive. This is an aftermarket adhesive, so it's not going to provide you with complete waterproofness or water resistance, but what it will do is allow us to attach an third-party display so that we can still use the smartphone. You can see here, we're installing the display that we have tested a while ago. And our adhesive is strong enough to hold on to these two parts. Now we are going to reverse the process. We are attaching this display connector to this slot right here. Make it stick to the back. Cover it up with this adhesive tape. Put back the battery. And there you go. So later on, we will see that the effect of having a new display, you can see drastic change in the look of your smartphone. It will look brand new again, and it looks like you just bought a brand new smartphone. So we're gonna put back all the covers on the back and all the screws, and we'll test it out later. So if you have any problems with your Oppo device, or if you have an iPhone or a Samsung Galaxy smartphone, definitely visit Sydney CBD Repair Centre, and David will do magic in fixing your broken device. If you're not from Sydney and you have a high value smartphone that you want to have fixed, you can also send it in to us. We offer mail-in repair services for Asus ROG phones. If you have no technicians available in your area to do the repairs, we can source the parts for you and fix your smartphone here in Sydney and mail it back to you once we are done, wherever you are in the world. And we have clients from Asia, America, and Europe, so don't hesitate to give us a message. You can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, or you can leave a comment on this video if you're interested. So we are going to put free tempered glass. This is not really for the A57, but it will work. It will protect the new display from breaking, and of course it will prolong the lifespan of the new display. So that's it, guys. I hope this inspired you to fix your broken smartphone, and we'll see you again next time. You take care. Cheers.
If you want your smartphone fixed for a very reasonable price, you may contact Sydney CBD Repair Centre. We also provide mail-in repair services for customers outside of Australia or Sydney. Just message us so we can arrange the shipping of your device.